I'm so tired. I can't even tell you.
I slept in today.
My keys are
I did not.
so much.
Oh, you turned it on. Thank you. Okay. This is lesson 43. Okay. I need everybody's mouths closed. Everybody's mouths closed. Let me get your coat. Sorry. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Lane. Okay, lesson 43 is on converting decimals to fractions. This was not really a hard lesson. It should be quite simple, actually. So let me do the first one. 0.125. Somebody say that for me mathematically. Yes.
0 and 125,000.
Yes. Okay, 0 and 125, and this last place is thousands. Very good. Okay, if I were to write this as a fraction, who knows what we're going to do?
125 over 1,000.
Yes, why?
Because it's 125,000.
Yes, so we go tenth, hundredths, thousandths, okay? And whatever you say last is what goes on the bottom, thousandths, okay? And then I would put my number, 125, in that spot. It's pretty simple, huh? Okay, so pretty much you just ask yourself, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, okay? That's the last value, place value, and then that's what you put on the bottom as your denominator, okay? Now, do I just leave it like this? I'm going to reduce it, okay? You always reduce a fraction, okay? And this is going to eventually reduce to 1/8. Okay, after I kept reducing it over and over and over, because it would take a while to get to that.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, let's try another one. This one is more than just past to the right of the decimal. It also has numbers before the decimal as well. Okay? If I have numbers before, what does that tell me that this is going to become? Does anybody know? It's going to become a mixed number. Very good. Okay? I'm going to have a whole number, and what's past the decimal is the fraction part. Okay? So I'm going to go and put 11 as my whole number. Okay? And then that and, this part right here is just the fraction. So nothing before the decimal is the fraction. That's the whole number. What's after the decimal is the fraction. Okay? So, who wants to help me with this one? Bailey?
It would be 11 and 42 hundredths.
Yes, 42 hundredths. Why? Tenth, hundredths. Okay, so I would put hundredths on the bottom because that's my last place value, and then 42 hundredths. Everybody understand? Is this my final answer? No.
No.
11 and 20.
Okay, I'm going to reduce it. 11 and I'll take half of each. 21 over 50. Okay, I think that's as far as it's going to go. Yes. Okay. Everybody got it? Pretty simple how to do it? Pretty easy, huh? Okay, now, let's do, if I had 1/4, now we're going to convert fractions into decimals. Now this one we happen to just already know because you can take a dollar bill and go, there's 4 quarters in a dollar, and one of those quarters, okay, so it would be 0.25. But let me show you how to do this mathematically if you just automatically don't know. What this says is 1 divided by 4. So that's exactly what you're going to do. 1 divided by 4. Okay? 1 divided by 4. And then what happens, because 4 won't go into 1, so what do I have to do?
You add a decimal.
Okay, the decimal's already there, even if you can't see it, remember? And then you start adding your impending zeros. Very good. Okay, so now will 4 go into 10? Yes, 2 times. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8. I'll get 2 left over, add another impending 0. Okay, bring it down. 4 goes into 20, 5 times. Okay? And then that brings us to where it ends. Okay? So my answer, I would move my decimal up. My answer would be 0.25. Okay? Or 25 hundredths. Everybody understand how you did that? Okay. Now, everybody do this one on your paper. And you'll have to use some information that we just learned in the last week. to work this problem. Make that into a decimal number.
Is this right?
Yes, very good. Okay, so if we work this problem, I would do 1 divided by 3. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 3. Go on and add my pending zeros, okay? So 3 goes into 10, 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Bring down 1, add another 0. And as you see, I can quickly see that I'm going to continue doing the same things over and over again, okay? So do you remember what that's called?
Repetin.
Repetin bar. Okay, I'm going to go in and bring up my decimal. And as you see, it's going to keep being 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So I'm going to put it over the first number that starts to repeat. And that is my answer. 0.3.
I just put 0.33 in the this.
Nope. You make sure you put it over the first 3. All right. All right, so everybody, I'm going to do this on the board, and I need everybody to do it on your paper and hold it up. Let me see. Make this into a decimal number.
Okay.
Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Back in the back. Let's see what you got. Okay, this should have been an easy one. You should have been able to do it really quickly, and let me tell you why. Because you see this 100 on the bottom. Therefore, you would know it's tenths, hundredths. Remember that? Then you just put 23 in there. Come on, Lane. Remember that, bud. Okay, try this one. Ready? Make this one, Lane. Make this one into a decimal number. This one will not just be able to be done really quickly because it doesn't have tenths, hundredths, thousandths on the bottom. So you'll actually have to use the method we were doing a while ago. Okay, I see a mistake that I see a few people making. Okay, this says 7 divided by 4. What that means is 7 divided by 4. I already see a few people putting the 4 in here and the 7 right here. The one on the top is the one that goes on the inside.
I would put it there because it's bigger than the other one.
Well, not necessarily always, because a while ago we did one like that. Okay, so it's not always so true. The one on the top is the one that goes on the inside. But if you say it, it makes sense. 7 divided by 4. 7 divided by that number. See what I'm saying? If you say it, it makes sense. All right, I'm going to work the problem. 4 goes in 7 one time. Get 3 left over. I'm going to put my decimal right there. Bring down my 0. 4 goes into 30 7 times. 4 goes into 25 times. So this one actually came out evenly without any repetins. Bring my decimal up. So my final answer is 1.75 or 1 and 75 hundredths. Very good. Very good. Try this one. Okay? Now, there are 2 ways to do this problem. Okay? Probably the easiest is, don't worry about this, because that's your whole number. So this is 3 and, so it'll be 3 and, so all you'll need to do is this and put it there. Okay? But there is another way that if you already feel like you want to do it like that, then that's fine.
I got the answer.
There is a very easy way that you can do this mentally in your head. Is that what you did? No?
I did it.
You did? Okay.
I did too.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So what you should have done, I'll show you the easy way in just a minute, but the way I've taught you so far is 4 divided by 5. Put your point here at 0. 5 goes into 48 times. Bring it up and you come out evenly. Okay? 0.8. So 4 divided by 5 is 0.8. So 0.8. Okay? Another way you could have done this, if you thought this way, is 3 4/5. I could have doubled them both. Double of 4 is 8. Double of 5 is 10, and 8/10 is 0.8. Right? Y'all remember doing that lesson where you can double something or half something and make it that? Yeah. So that's what you could have done. Okay? All right. Last one. 2/3. Make that into a decimal number. 2/3. No. Try it again. I think you might have done it the other way. 2 divided by 3. The 3 will be on the outside. Okay. Which one goes on the inside?
2.
2. Very good. 2 divided by 3. Doesn't make sense in your head to do it like that because usually you have a bigger number in here. Okay, but you'd say 2 divided by 3, so we did 2 divided by 3. Okay, so I'm going to add my point in 0. 3 goes into 20 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. And very quickly, we realize it's going to be doing the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up. All right, so what's my answer going to be? 0.6
Repetend.
with a repetend. Very good. We will not move any further and write that number. Okay, now. 6. Blank, blank, blank. Okay.
6 minutes.
6 minutes?
I don't know. You just said 6 blank.
Yes. I don't like the number. Not a good number.
Oh, I don't either.
Okay? So I'm not going to write it. All right, now, converting percents into a decimal. Okay? So, if I had 50%, what am I actually saying? Let's make it into a fraction first.
50 over 100.
50 over 100, because this percent means per 100. Does everybody remember that?
It'd be 0.5.
Okay? And so, because of that, we know that hundredths, so we're going to go tenths, hundredths, and have point, and put our 50 in there. So it would be 0.50, okay? Or 0.5, because I could have 100 zeros past that, and it's still going to be the same answer, okay? These zeros at the end do not matter, okay? I can even erase that one too. Okay, now, so if I said 50% is 0.50, then what would 25% be without doing this and then this, just based on the information we know? As a decimal. 0.25. So what is happening? Does everybody see what's happening every time? Basically, you're moving your decimal 2 places to the left. Okay? Because there's a decimal at the end of every number, remember that? Okay, so basically, 25 would be 0.25. Okay? All right, what about 5%? This is a little bit harder.
It'd be 0.05.
0.05. Yes, how did you get that, Bailey?
Because it doesn't, I don't know, I just know.
Okay, you just know it, okay?
I just know it.
Because 5% means 5 over 100, and if 100 is tenths 100, right? And if I put a 5 here, it will become 50. I want it to be 0.5, kind of like pennies would be 5 cents. It would be 0.5 for 5 cents. You wouldn't say 50, that would be 50 cents. Everybody understand? So we were going to make sure we'd have 0.05. So 5% becomes this, okay? Or I could have used the same method we were talking about, moving your decimal 2 places to the left, moving your decimal 2 places to the left, moving my decimal 2 places to the left, and filling it in with a 0. If you like that method better, use it. I don't care. All right, here's another one. And this one is a little bit harder because it kind of confuses us, okay? 125%. All right, now again, what was 50%?
0.50.
0.50. What happened to the decimal?
0.5.
It went 2 spots, 1, 2, and it was right there, right? Became that. So where's the decimal here? Yes, 1, 2.
Oh, I understand what you say.
Got it? All right, yes.
You could also say like 125%, there's 100%, so it's 1.
Yes, very good. That's exactly what I was fixing to show you, an illustration of this. 125%, a whole circle can only be 100%. Okay, so it would be, this would be 100%, and then we would have 25%, okay? So what that means is this is 1 whole and 25 over 100, which would end up being 1/4, but it would be 2.5 as a decimal, okay? Everybody understand? So we will have 1 whole, which is that one, 100, plus 25%, which is 25 over 100, which is 0.25. Okay. This one, some people have problems with. Yes, Bailey.
Oh, you do. Oh, you.
0.025.
What is it? 0.025. Why? Because let's use our standard that we're going by. 50% is our standard, one to always go to and look at. 50% becomes 0.50, so it moved 2 places to the left, so this is going to do the same. 1, 2. So my answer would be 0.025. All right, y'all ready for another one that's kind of even harder? Okay, is this one.
Oh, 7.5.
Okay, very good. Immediately, you should have known that a half is 0.5. Does everybody know that? If you do not, start right now. Start and say 1/2 equals 0.5 as a decimal. You need to know that. That needs to be a standard knowledge. So 7.5 would actually become 7.5%. But if I want to make it into a decimal number, everybody already thinks it's already in a decimal number. But it's not, it's in a percent. 7.5%. I need to make it into a decimal number. So don't think, oh, I changed 1/2 to 0.5, I'm done. You're not done. All you did is converted it to make it a decimal right here, a fraction. It's still a, not fraction, percent. It's still a percent. So how do I get rid of that percent? Yes, I moved my decimal how many places? 2 places to the left. 1, 2. My final answer is that. Got it? Everybody understand? Okay. So percents, how many times do you move your decimal? Which way? Very good. If you can just remember that standard, and even if you're on a test, think to yourself, okay, 50% equals 0.50. And just write that down so you can know, okay, every time I'm going to move my decimal 2 places to the left, no matter where it's at. Got it? I believe that's 43.